Hello everyone, welcome to helpyourmath.com. So this time, using the frequency table, find the mean and variance and standard deviation. So look at this table please. So as you see, we have a lower limit and upper limit, a frequency value here. The only information we know that the 6 data belongs to data group 7 to 18, and 10 data between 19 and 30, and then 13 data 31 through 42, something like this. So we don't know actual data set, therefore we need to find out the midpoint. So this point represents each data set data. Okay, so midpoint was average between lower limit and upper limit. So average between lower limit and upper limit. And then to copy this down. And now all those points are our midpoint value here. So instead we consider the actual data. We just think there are 12.5 appear 6 times, 24.5 appear 10 times, and 36.5 appear 13 times, like that. Okay? So then now adding all these midpoint, how many appear? Then we can find the mean value basically. So 12.5 appears 6 times, which means the total sum becomes midpoint times frequency, right? Then 75 will be the total sum for 12.5 6 times. And now we keep doing that, then there will be each data's total sum here. And now you combine all this value. This is basically total value of the data. And now we have total 50 data basically. Therefore, mean equal to, you can do total value divided by total sample size. So 41.78 should be the mean for this data set. Then now we need to find out the variance and standard deviation. So I showed that these two formula here. So sigma square represent population variance formula. S square means sample variance formula. When you look at here, they are pretty same actually. Therefore, I just write down variance and then using this formula. Okay, to do so, we need to find out x squared times f, since x represents each data set. Now m representing each data set. So m is like x here. So you need to find out sum of the x squared times f. In this case, m squared times f. Okay, so you can do equal to midpoint square times frequency. And then you just copy down and combine all this data. Then this becomes total sum for x squared times f. In this case, m squared times f. Okay? So, unfortunately, we cannot utilize the variance or standard deviation formula. Instead, we are using this formula basically. Okay, so variance that equal to, so then now I'm gonna just open the parentheses because of the numerator have two different term here. So n means total number of data, so 50 times, and then the sum of the m squared times f, which is this one, and then minus, now sigma x times f, which is this one square, and divide by n times then n minus 1. Okay, then that will be our variance, and then I'm gonna just make it maybe 4 decimal digit. And now the standard deviation, that equal to usually square root of the variance. So SQRT, that's the square root symbol, square root, and then variance value, enter. Then that will be the standard deviation. Can make sense, right? Okay, so this is how you can find out mean, variance, and standard deviation using frequency table. I hope this video helped you, and then I will see you again with a different video set. All right, thank you.